right to you. A strange love calling with a dangerous tune. I gotta deny it. There's a hunger in me, a desire I fight it. But the dream you invited, and the light it leaves your horizon. Baby, be cool, approach me carefully. Avoid your eyes. Don't let me see you as an enemy, or you'll be mine. Talking so nice and sweet, making me believe it's all a dream. When in reality, I'm calling you like a
Testing, testing, 1, 2, 3. Sounds good.
I loved you from the moment we first met.
Hello. I hope I'm being heard. Um, but uh hello, hello, hello. My name is your mother. Some call me mom, some call me Vic. You can call me whatever you'd like. And today I am going to work on vocal mixing for my metal cover of Siren. Okay, yes. Okay, I can be heard. Cool. Um but yeah, so I will be working on this cover for vocals. I thought that this was such a good cover. I needed to get someone really cracked out at singing and screaming and all the good stuff. So I thought to ask Heavy Metal May uh, for this project. And personally, I think she fucking killed it. Um, Let me go ahead and try to grab her page so I can pin it onto the stream. Pin message. So the vocalist for this cover will be Heavy Metal May. If you don't know who she is already, I definitely recommend checking her out. Um, and yeah, send her your love, your support, because she's a great person as well. And I personally believe in her little her VTuber journey. One as a VTuber and one as a musician, and a singer. And yeah, she's a great person all around. Um, but yeah, so this is what this is what we have so far. She might send some vocals, some newer vocals later on, but that's neither here nor there. It's just mixing. It's not a time tuning stream. Um, but these vocals that I'm about to show you are already time tuned. Um, so what you're hearing is not purely raw vocals, but it's raw in the sense that it needs to be mixed into the piece. Oh, we got Melodyne. Finalize that. I don't know what that's about, but um, okay, cool. So we're gonna go ahead and mess around with the vocals a little bit and see if like we need to adjust the volumes, adjust the pannings, and all that good jazz. We're gonna move that for a second, and we're gonna listen through. You cannot hear that. Give me 1 second. Cool. Guess we can lower down the volume a little bit for y'all. For chant.
The stars above, they lead me right to you. A strange love calling with a dangerous tune. Gotta deny it. There's a hunger in me, a desire, I fight it. But the dream you invited, the light leaves your heart rising. Baby, be cool, approach me carefully, with your eyes. Don't let me see you as an enemy, you'll be mine. Talking so nice and sweet, making you believe it's all a dream. When in reality, I'm calling you like a siren. Meant to be right there. Water seems jump in. Just imagine the pain to end. Let me be your siren.
So pretty much that's what we've got so far, and you're probably not going to be able to hear it right now too much because it's a little dark in the vocals, but that's what raw vocals are. Yeah, the vocals are insane, like especially the stacks that she was able to come up with.
Just jump in. Just imagine all we'd be. I could give you everything. Just let me be your siren. I could be your siren. Far from the shore. If you just let me, we'll descend. Let me bring all the pain to end. Let me be your siren.
That I mean, yeah. Personally, you can't really beat that. They're just gorgeous vocals. Great, like her performance on this was fantastic. Um, but yeah, so I guess let's go ahead and get started. I don't know if I have a vocal chain for this. I know these are old ones. I don't think so. So let's go ahead and ignore that. Let's go ahead and grab Howard Benson vocals. If you are a mixer and or producer and don't have this, I really do recommend it. Um it just saves time, saves CPU uh with everything. I'm not going to use all of the things, but I'm going to use a good amount of it uh on this project. I typically use this for clean vocals only. I don't usually use it for screams. Screams is a little bit different, and you'll go ahead and see that um soon enough. Now, here I am going to do this a little bit differently. Um I forgot. Actually, I think that's okay. No, it's not. I don't like it. Okay, hold on. Give me 1 second. Actually, no, it's fine. It's fine. I'm thinking too much about it. Um, this is only like my fifth time ever mixing vocals, but I think I have a good handle on it. Anyway, so we're gonna hear this.
The stars above, they lead me right to you.
Okay, so with that already, we need compression. And the good thing about this plugin is that it kind of does some stuff for you. So we're gonna go ahead and go towards like a more aggressive part,
Frightened.
just so that we can really get those vocals and how the performance is going to be like. Shift, double click, calibrate input, play it.
Jump in. Just imagine all we'd be. I could give you every
We're going to do it one more time.
frightened. Jump in. Just imagine all we'd be. I could give you everything. Just let me be your
So as you can see, it's already got the input calibrated and everything. It's got that little sweet spot arrow there and everything for you. And what I usually just do,
Jump in.
I'll go ahead and just crank the compression on that. Because if you don't, you're not going to really hear the vocals come out. So if I were to just solo the instrumental and solo that, we're going to do an A-B on what compression can do for you. So if we turn it off, with compression,
just imagine all we'd be. I could give you everything. Just let me be your.
it already brings the vocals to the front already. Now, what I did notice is that with the acapella, just without the instrumental, um, I think I was hearing some sort of right here. Yeah, we want to avoid that. Breaths aren't bad, but it's the space in between right here where I'd like to eliminate. So, get a gate. I'm using Kiloheart's gate. And I think that sounds pretty okay. Natural for the most part. And you want to put it behind the compressor. You're going to want to put that like earlier on. So,
Frightened, jump in. Frightened, frightened, jump in.
sometimes I like using the gate. Sometimes I like just cutting it off. So, but for right now, for the sake of time, I'm gonna put the gate there just so I can hear everything. And what I like to do personally, once I have that compressor on, um, I like to go ahead and mess with distortion, see if an type of compressor is better. Maybe even some tube warmth. We're gonna play around with it a little bit.
Rising, baby, be cool. With your eyes, don't let me see. Enemy, you'll be mine. Talking so nice and sweet. Don't let me see you as an enemy, or you'll be mine. Talking so nice and sweet, making you believe it's all a dream, when in reality.
So with the opto, I think I'm gonna have to use the auto makeup gain.
Don't let me see you as an enemy, you'll be mine. Talking so nice and sweet, making you believe it's all a dream.
Let me go ahead and we don't need any of these right now. I'm just trying to focus on one thing.
In reality, I'm calling you like a frightened, jump in. Just imagine only three. I could give you everything, just let me be you.
Okay, that's not too bad. For now, we're gonna keep this compressor, and I did have to lower it down just a little bit just to make sure the levels were okay, and that I like how it sounds volume wise in between the instrumental. Um, what I look for, at least in metal and rock music, I try to not vary but sandwich the vocals in between my guitars for the most part. I like it to be either level with the guitars, just a little bit above, and maybe even a little bit in lower than guitars, depending on how you EQ it. But so far, I like it in this area for right now. Next thing is the de-esser that this thing has to de-ess some of the vocals. Let's see.
Don't let me see you as an enemy, or you'll be mine. Talking so nice and sweet, making you believe it's all a dream, when in reality, I'm calling you like a siren. Frightened.
So what de-essing is essentially like, taking out, not taking out, but like um after you put a compressor on vocals, those S's and T's and maybe F's are really emphasized, and sometimes it can really jump out of the mix. So what de-essing means, it de-esses, it makes it not so much to where it hurts your ears like that.
Don't let me see.
So essentially, it's ducking those syllables.
I'm calling you like a.
See how it sounds with tube warmth.
Don't let me see you as an enemy, or you'll be mine. Talking so nice and sweet, making you believe it's all a dream, when in reality, I'm calling you like a siren. Frightened.
I think I'm gonna save on the distortion so far, and we're gonna go into the EQ of it all. EQ, I like doing it before the compressor. I like compressing my vocals and then kind of figuring out what the EQ I would want to be doing, putting it before the compressor. So I know that the EQ's in front, you're seeing it visually here, but after I press this button, everything that I'm going to be doing is going to be set behind the compressor. So if anything, these two are going to switch places. Um, and I usually put a bell on here, especially whenever I'm trying to brighten up vocals. And let's listen to it and get an idea what we're doing.
Jump in, just imagine all we'd be. I could give you everything, just let me be your. I could be your. Far from the shore. If you just let me, we'll descend. Let me bring all the pain to end. Let me be your.
Okay.
I loved you from the moment we first met, but we're born to different waters. So I said, I gotta deny it. There's a hunger in me, a desire, I fight it. But the dream I invited, and at night it leaves my heart crying. Baby, be cool, approach me carefully, avert your eyes. Don't let me see you as an enemy, or you'll be mine. Talking so nice and sweet, making you believe it's all a dream. When in reality, I'm calling you like a siren. Frightened, jump in. Just imagine all we'd be. I could give you everything, just let me be your siren. I could be your far from the shore. If you just let me, we'll descend. I could bring all the pain to end.
Okay, so what I was doing here with the EQ, brightening it up from 8,000. Let's grab a parametric so I can better show what I'm doing. So essentially, I'm just doing knobs. I'm just trying to do whatever sounds better for me for right now. But if you were gaining a parametric EQ, I had 5.8 dB increase on 8,000 hertz, or 8,000 kilohertz. I don't know what the term is. You don't need to. Just need to do whatever sounds good for you. 5.8 dB. So essentially, I'm doing this. And this seems about right. This is exactly what I usually would do in a parametric EQ. At 285 hertz, I did a dip. Let's see if I can. And then it was minus 2.2. Oh, where's that at? Okay, minus 2.2 dB. I'm not sure what the bell looks like. If it's this exaggerated. But this is essentially what it'll look like. And right now, 3956, 3956, boom. Only like, what was it? 1.1. Ever so slightly, just to brighten it up just a little bit more. I think I might, if anything, looking at this, might bring back this to like closer to 7 hertz around here. But this is essentially what I deemed this to have. You might have people say dynamic EQs are the way to go or whatever, but because I have a compressor and because I'm like really smashing it down, dynamic EQs are not necessarily like needed. I don't think, yeah, it's not too how should I say, dire that I need to use dynamic EQs. An EQ like this is pretty okay.
But the dream you invited, and the light leaves your heart rising. Baby, be cool, approach me carefully.
Now Now here I would add a little bit of distortion, a little bit of grit. That's what it says, which is essentially just saturation.
Your eyes. Don't let me see you as an enemy, or you'll be mine. Talking so nice and sweet, making you believe it's all a dream. When in
And a high pass.
reality, I'm calling you like a.
So that high pass is like, you know, that little bell at the end. I didn't put it over here, but that's, yeah, it just adds the high pass already. I guess I can show you what exactly ends up being before and after. So I have an EQ going in right after the gate, right after or right before the EQ that I'm putting here. And then there's an EQ after. So what you'll see here, and let's make sure we're doing this right. This is the raw vocal. No mix, no EQ or anything. This will be the EQ'd vocal. Let's see what happens. Let's see what it looks like.
You a strange love calling with a
So you see
dangerous
that
tune.
I've added a
Gotta
lot more over
deny
here
it. There's a hunger in me, a
versus
desire
the
I
raw vocal
fight
didn't
it.
have that
But the
before.
dream you invited, in the light it leaves your heart rising. Baby, be cool, approach me carefully, avert your eyes.
This is tamed over here. I had ducked it out just a little bit versus over here.
Don't let me see you as
It
an
has a lot more.
enemy, or you'll be mine.
And you'll see that
Talking so nice and sweet,
this
making
part
you
is raised a
believe
little
it's
bit
all a
over here.
dream. When in reality, I'm calling you like a.
And the important part to keep in mind with this is that you don't want to completely take out your lower mids. And that's what a lot of people fail to do whenever they mix vocals at first. They'll make it super bright.
When in reality, I'm calling you like a siren.
And they'll almost get like a telephone effect
Frightened.
with the mix. But you want to keep them
Just
in.
imagine all we'd be. I could give you everything, just let me be your.
So if anything, I think I want to bring back a little bit of those lower frequencies. Just a tiny bit.
Light leaves your heart rising. Baby, be cool, approach me carefully, avert your eyes. Don't let me see you as an enemy, or you'll be mine. Talking so nice and sweet, making you believe it's all a dream. When in reality, I'm calling you like a siren. Frightened. Jump in. Just imagine all we'd be. I could give you everything, just let me be your. I could be your. Far from the shore. If you just let me, we'll descend. Let me bring all the pain to end.
Yo, Joy! What's going on?
Let me be your. I loved you from the moment we first met, but we're born to.
So I'm gonna come back on the grit. I think it's starting to distort a little bit too much for my taste, especially
From
parts
the
like
moment
this.
we first met, but we're born to different waters.
And
So I said,
I did take out a little like, you know, a good amount of compression. I felt like it was too much. So you'll see that I'll be going back and forth in between that.
from the moment we first met, but we're born to different waters. So I said, I gotta deny it. There's a hunger in me, a desire I fight it. But the dream I invited, and at night it leaves my heart crying. Baby, be cool, approach me carefully, avert your eyes. Don't let me see you as an enemy, or you'll be mine.
Okay. So you're gonna see me go back and forth here and there. Just that's all this is about, is just trial and error, really. So but I'll make sure to explain and as I go around. So I thought it might be a little, I want more high end than I guess that 3 4K type of deal.
Carefully avert your eyes. Don't let me see you as an enemy.
Hey Benjamin, hey Ben, how's it going?
So nice and sweet, making you believe it's all a dream. When in reality, I'm calling you like a siren.
Okay, so what I would like to do actually is maybe come in a little bit more.
The stars up, making you believe frightened. I loved you from the moment. Fully avert your eyes. Don't let me see you as an enemy, or you'll be mine.
And the reason why I do that is because I'm about to put in a multiplier, which is essentially chorus, and you're gonna hear it right now. Give me 1 second. So I usually just put the offset like 100%, and the amount I put is, dependable, going good. Hell yeah. I'm glad to hear that. Yeah, I'm really glad to hear that. What did y'all do today?
So nice and sweet, making you believe it's all a dream.
So that's essentially what it does if I like crank it all the way up. But I'm not trying to do that. I'm trying to give it just a little bit to give the illusion of like there's another vocal going on that's doing the exact same thing called and usually referred to as doubles. I have natural doubles, but I like doing this because it just adds like you can't go wrong with more thickness. So
Carefully avert your eyes. Don't let me see you.
and the what I'm trying to achieve here is like ever so slightly hitting that stereo image that I have going on in my ears.
Frightened. Jump in.
And I'll also hit a width and see how that goes with the mix.
I'm calling you like a siren. Frightened. Jump in. Just imagine all we be. I could give you everything. Just let me be you. I could be far from the shore. If you just let me, we'll descend. Let me bring all the pain to end. Let me be your. I loved you from the moment we first met, but we're born to different waters. So I said, I gotta deny it. There's a hunger in me, a desire, I fight it. But the dream I invited, and at night it leaves my heart crying. Baby, be cool, approach me carefully, avert your eyes. Don't let me see you as an enemy, or you'll be mine. Talking so nice and sweet, making you believe it's all a dream. When in reality, I'm calling you like a siren. Jump in. Just imagine all we'd be. I could give you everything. Just let me be your siren. I could be your.
Okay, so from here, Killjoy, what do you what is that face? If I had a face cam, I'd be doing that exact same face while I'm like doing this. Siren. Crazy. Okay, so from here, what I would personally do is I think more saturation. And I would achieve that by doing this. Oh. Got a tape machine.
I could be your. I loved you from the moment we first met, but we're born to different waters. So I said, I gotta deny it. There's a hunger in me, a desire, I fight it. But the dream I invited, and at night it leaves my heart crying. Baby, be cool, approach me carefully, avert your eyes. Don't let me I'm calling you like a siren.
So right here, with the virtual tapes machine, it's essentially gonna be doing like the same thing as you were to do like a snare. It's supposed to catch like all those like harsher hits, quote unquote, and it's supposed to catch them and like make them smooth them out just a little bit to where it's like you can hear it's like, oh, this sounds nice.
Frightened, jump in.
I just kind of put it here, but I like the amount of saturation that's going on personally.
Just imagine all we'd be. I could give you everything, just let me be your.
Just makes it a little bit more intense, which I personally like. Um, and I think I would like to add a limiter to really staple down these vocals.
The stars above, they lead me right to you. A strange love calling with a dangerous tune. Gotta deny it, there's a hunger in me, a desire, I fight it. But the dream you invited, and the light leaves your heart rising. Baby, be cool, approach me carefully, avert your eyes. Don't let me see you as an enemy, or you'll be mine. Talking so nice and sweet, making you believe it's all a dream. When in reality, I'm calling you like a siren. Frightened, jump in. Just imagine all we'd be. I could give you everything, just let me be your. I could be your. Far from the shore. If you just let me, we'll descend. Let me bring all the pain to end. Let me be your. I loved you from the moment we first met, but we're born to different waters. So I said, I gotta deny it. There's a hunger in me, a desire, I fight it. But the dream I invited, and at night leaves my heart crying.
Yeah, so the multiplier, I felt like it was giving off a little too much chorus in some parts.
I loved you from.
Yeah, and the I love you, you can kind of hear it in the stereo.
I loved you from. I loved you.
So I'm just like lowering it ever so subtly.
You from the moment we first met, but we're born to different waters. So I said, I gotta deny it. There's a hunger in me, a desire, I fight it. But the dream I invited, and at night leaves my heart crying.
So I'm gonna try something out real quick. Let's go ahead and duplicate this. I'm kind of not liking how the compressor sounds on the softer verse parts. So I'm going to see what this sounds like in opta mode. Let's see.
The stars above, they lead me right to you. A strange love calling with a dangerous tune. Gotta deny it, there's a hunger in me, a desire, I fight it. But the dream you invited, and the light leaves your heart rising. Baby, be cool, approach me carefully, avert your eyes. Don't let me see you as an enemy, or you'll be mine. Talking so nice and sweet, making you believe it's all a dream. When in reality, I'm calling you like a siren. The stars above, they lead me right to you. A strange love calling with a dangerous tune. Gotta deny it, there's a hunger in me, a desire, I fight it. But the dream you invited, and the light leaves your heart rising.
See, I like that. So as you mix vocals, you kind of, sometimes you cannot keep the same thing going if it just doesn't work out. So therefore, like, for this, I'm gonna name this Opto. kind of signal like, hey, this part is going to be like not the same compressor.
Calling with a avert your eyes. Don't let me see, baby, be cool.
Now I'm gonna see how this transitions into the other compressor.
But the dream you invited, and the light leaves your heart rising. Baby, be cool, approach me carefully, avert your eyes. Don't let me see you as an enemy, or you'll be mine. Talking so nice and sweet, all a dream, when in reality, I'm calling you like a song.
Okay, so I kind of, let's see.
Talking so nice and when in reality, I'm calling you like a sign.
Okay, so that wasn't too bad.
I'm calling you like a siren, like a siren. Frightened, jump in. Just imagine all we could.
You know what? This would be, I think, probably better if I turned off my master chain. Jesus. Oh man. Okay, let's go from here then. Thank you, Benjamin. Yeah, the attention to detail, especially like for vocals, is really important. More so than instrumentals, because I feel like with instrumentals, like you can mask a lot of stuff and get away with it, but in regards to like vocals, that is the main attraction. So if you got that mixed down, uh you already have like most people's attention, I would say. So yeah, attention to detail has to be pretty important with this. So I'm glad that I'm doing a seems like a good job so far on that. Me when the final product comes out. Hopefully this comes out pretty soon. I've got the art done, or not done yet, but like the artist that I commissioned over Skeb, really nice art, I would say. Let me see if I can try to find him real quick. Real fast, real quick, like lightning fast speed. I am speed sometimes. Requests. Uh, okay. This is his page. I like the art that he has so far. It's not a lot, but he has got more on his Twitter, and I just really liked it. I saw it. I was like, okay, I'm gonna need this guy to, or this person to come on board and try to do this if he can. Yeah, since the guitars come in, I think I'm gonna keep the same compressor, but I'm gonna put this in opto mode.
I loved you from the moment we first met, but we're born to different waters. So I said, I gotta deny it. There's a hunger in me, a desire I fight it.
The amount of patience goes crazy.
That leaves my heart crying.
The thing is with like stuff like this, like it's not necessarily about the patience. I don't know. Like if you have like a knack for this in the first place, you're gonna have patience, and especially with vocal mixing, it's just I guess like about like how bad do you want it and how bad did like you want it to come out. So yeah, I don't know. it's like whenever you get something right, you want to make sure like you get it right. So yeah, but you'll see like it gets easier. Everything starts to come into play a little bit easier because like you'll see like all the amount of plugins that I have here, but it's like at some point I'll just copy and paste like crazy, and the things that I'm gonna have to do are get a little bit more simpler and yada yada yada.
I gotta deny it, 'cause my heart will approach me carefully. Avert your eyes. Don't let me see you as an enemy, or you'll be mine. Doing so nice and sweet, making you believe it's all a dream. When in reality, I'm calling you like a
Okay, I think at this part I want to go back to the opto just for now. Oops.
reality. I'm calling you like a siren.
Never mind, I didn't like that. So we go back. This is opto for sure.
In my arms now you're safe from harm, don't you?
Like, look at that difference. It's crazy.
This is where you wanna be. No better
Opto.
place to be except for in my arms.
More aggressive.
Now you're safe from harm, don't you? Listen to the wannabes calling your name 'cause they wanna steal my loving song. What I saved you from.
That's gonna go crazy. Anyway, go ahead and save the progress just in case. So I think I kind of like what I've got going on here. Now I guess okay. So from here, I'll go ahead and put this down and see it like it's already like copy and paste. It's right there. So after I figure out everything here, I don't really need to do much else. Let's make sure that we got the right levels right. Oops, actually we've got the wrong compressor. Hold on. I wish there was a faster way of doing this, like getting the entire bus and putting it down. Okay. The monkey! I'm going crazy at that. I love that tone so much. I think I'm gonna keep that instead of and this is where I play producer right here. Keep this and let's put this over here instead of this take. And the good thing, like a really cool thing about May is that like she'll give you like different parts and tones and how to go about it, and what you can do as like a producer slash mixer with it. So for example, we have a whole main two right here where she did all the lines again, but differently, a little bit differently. Let's see. And we'll just mute everything else here. Oh, that's loud. We've got this at 9.4, 9.4. Right? It's sounding good? Oh. Yeah. There's the screams. Anyway, I'm gonna just sit here all day. Thank you. Yes. I was about to say something crazy, but I want a box. I gave my cat a box actually. the other day. She liked it. It was a Diet Dr Pepper box. It holds like 30 soda cans, and she loved it. And I felt so bad because I had to throw it. Jump scare. Yeah, sorry about that. Okay, let's actually go and see like what the levels are for this.
Let me be your Siren.
Yeah. Okay, I'm gonna keep it there. Anyway, so we've got that figured out. We've got, for the most part, we've got this figured out in regards to like gating, the EQ, the compression. Usually, like, so you'll see, as this is only 4 plugins, but usually with vocal mixing, it's so much more. You got your compressor, you've got your saturation, you got your de-esser. That's like 3 different plugins already. So add 3 more to this. You've got your EQ, add 1 more, that's 4. Of course, and some of the other ones, put a 5th one in there. Stereo widener, put a 6th one in there, and you got another limiter. You got to put a 7th one. So in reality, this is supposed to be 10 plugins to my processing. And that takes a lot of CPU. So that's why when I say like up and coming like producers and stuff like that are barely getting their hands dirty, and or mixers, this is a great plugin to just kind of mess around with. I don't use the reverb or the delay here, which would add like, that would be 12 plugins all in all. But you could use it, but I typically don't, and I will explain why after I put everything in for all the other vocals. Or actually no, I'll just tell you right now. So what I like to do is I like to make a send track. Um and it will be like vocal. Hello, scream. She's just getting there. Vocal verb slash delay. Um Okay. So I like to do sends instead, and the way like I like to go about my sends is that, like, what the good thing is that you get to go and control how much of whatever vocals you'd want. So if you want like more harmonies than that reverb slash delay, you get to control that. Versus like it's just a little bit more of a pain if you were to like add a verb to the actual vocal itself. It just, it's more processing, it's more CPU, and it's a lot more headache to have to deal with. So it just makes things easier if I were to do a send to it, and in a bit you'll be able to see what I mean with that. So we'll go ahead and start copy pasting really everything. And honestly, once like we're pretty much almost done with the processing for the most part, I'll go ahead and stop like doing the gating, and I'll go ahead and put just go ahead and like start cutting like bits and pieces here and there. I just didn't have time to do it before stream. What's your cat's name? Shouldn't you know? Yeah, Tensha. Shouldn't you know? I'm sorry. No. Nuh-uh. My cat's name is Juniper. I have actually like 4 different cats. Uh, 2 of them I've adopted myself. The first one that I adopted was with Tensha actually. She actually helped me out with all of that at the time. Her name's Willow. She is a diluted tortie. Beautiful cat. Very sassy personality. And it's so funny because like she loves me and only me. She tolerates everyone else, and sometimes she doesn't even do that. Um, and the other one is Juniper. Her name's Juniper. Um, I don't know what she is. She is a mutt, and I love her so much, so dearly. I actually found her, like, unlike Willow, I had gotten her basically off the side, like not off the side of the road, but like at work. Uh, we were in the, I used to work at the middle of nowhere, and Basil's greed sickens me. Yeah, we're gonna kill Basil. No, I'm joking. We're not gonna kill Basil. I love Basil. But she's a stinky evil kitty sometimes. But Juniper, yeah, I found Juniper at work basically, and it was like at work is at in the middle of nowhere, and she didn't have a mom. She was crying. She was really malnourished. So and in my head, I did leave her alone the first time around, and I kind of just said like, you know what? If the universe really, really wants me to take care of this cat, it will make it known again. And sure enough, literally the next day, it was really cold, and she didn't have any food. I think I had accidentally like kicked a rock towards her direction, and she thought it was food, and she was just so hungry. So I was just like, no, I can't leave you alone. You're coming with me. And honest to God, I didn't think I was going to keep her. I thought I was going to take her to the shelter. Um, but the shelter there was officially closed like forever when I had checked. So I was like, well, okay, you're stuck with me. Hee hee ha ha. And now she's in my apartment, literally laying down on the bed right now, uh, not paying rent and sleepy as could be. So, little booger. But I call her Joopy. You can thank Tensha for that nickname, Joopy. Anyway, on with the mixing. Uh oh. There you go. Yeah. Actually, I don't know why I did it like that. Okay. Copy and paste, copy and paste, copy and paste, copy and paste. What's with your wood pets and Tensha's spice pets? I don't know. I don't know. Well, to be fair, her dog Gingy is nothing like freaking uh Basil. She is an angel compared to Basil. Basil is like another kind of like not Satan spawn, but like spawn from a demon or has a demon within her. Um yeah. Just want to set that for the record. I love Gingy, I love Basil, I love them both. But if I had to choose, I wouldn't. Anyway, so right here, in regards to like main doubles and stuff like that, actually, yeah, I'm gonna mess around with the multiplier and width a little bit with these. You'll see what I mean in a little bit. Uh, anything that's panned, I'm gonna turn off the width and multiplier, since the multiplier and width essentially is going to be more stereo. Uh, Willow and juniper trees, basil. Oh, that's what you meant. I see. Oh my god, that's so. That is. You're blowing my fucking mind, Ben. Holy shit. Your mother, the cat rescuer. That's right. Give me all your cats. I will take them in. All of them. Give me. I love cats so much. You have no idea. Um, that blew my fucking mind. Willow and juniper tree. Well, the trees part is kind of sorta on purpose. In regards to the spices, I don't know about that. I don't know if Tencha made that on purpose like I did, because like Willow and Juniper, the trees. Um, Willow was actually just given a name when I adopted her. She already had that name, and I couldn't think of anything better. I thought it was a really cute name, so I kept it. And then whenever I got Juniper, I couldn't really think of anything else that was like on the online with it. But I thought to myself, I was like, well, I'd like a tattoo of Willow. Why wouldn't I add Juniper to that? And I was like, oh hey, what if like I had like those tree branches as like a sleeve. So I was like, okay, yeah, let's name her after a tree. And I thought Juniper was the most fitting. It just sounds cool to me personally. I just think it's a pretty name. Um, and I want them to be tattooed on my arm. Not necessarily like cat portraits or anything, but definitely more so like how should I say? Yeah, wow, brain fart. I don't remember what I was gonna say. My bad. If you want to go ahead and tell me what I was about to say or where I was going with that, let me know. But I think I remember. It was just they're pretty names, and I was gonna get them tattooed, and that's why they're named like that for the most part. Um, yeah. So anything that's panned, turn off the chorus and the width. Those are more stereo stuff, and since I'm already like doing stereo things here with the pans and stuff, um, I don't need to worry about that. So I'm turning those off for now, at least. Um, go into the harmonies. That's what Cage is making. That's the sound that you're making, Cage, right now. At least that's how it's registering. Just letting you know. Go in here. Tape. Oh, ah, boom. Whoa. And this is pretty much the process once you get it down and once you like something. And it's even if it's not it in that instance, if you want to go back and change like the EQ or whatever, just do it on the main vocal and just copy and paste again. It's a little tedious, but nothing bad, nothing crazy. Okay, just making sure that those multiplier and widths are off. Okay, cool. Do the same thing with ad libs. The ad libs might be a little bit different, but we'll see. We ball. Why are you putting a goat? Is that a goat? I can't tell. It kind of also looks like a dragon. I can kind of do that. I can do that. Nice. Anyway, now I kind of want to check the volumes between these two, so we're gonna see that.
But the dream you invited, and the light leaves your heart rising. Baby, be cool, approach me carefully, avert your eyes. Don't let me see you as an enemy, or you'll be mine. Talking so nice and sweet, making you believe it's all a.
Actually, before we even get to that, you're right, Victor. You should do this. Go ahead and see what we're gonna do with these doubles. You are the goat. I am a little guy. I'm a little guy. That's all I am. But thank you. The vocal stems are bonus tracks. I do sometimes think about putting little things here and there for my covers just to see if like people can hear that. So if, like the little vocal stems, I sometimes do think about that. Like, what if I just did this? I don't think anyone's gonna be able to catch it. And if they do, like, I should probably give them $5. That's what I always think, but I never do. I'm too scared.
Baby, be cool, approach me carefully.
Okay, so for right here, I do want a little bit more stereo, to really have people listen in on that. So we're gonna raise it up.
Baby, be cool, approach me carefully, avert your eyes. Don't let me see you as an enemy, or you'll be mine. Talking so nice and sweet, making you believe it's all a dream. No need to be.
Okay, here.
If you just let me, will.
Mm,
Far from the shore. If you just let me, we'll descend. Let me bring all the pain to end. Siren.
okay. Give me 1 second.
Just imagine all we'd be. I could give you everything.
Okay, we'll go ahead and duplicate this. Take all of this out. And put this as like extra doubles.
Just imagine all we'd be. I could give you everything. Just let me be your.
Okay, this is a little off. Let's see what's up with the timing.
imagine all we'd be. I could give you everything, just let me be your.
Okay, so we're gonna make the width a little bit more.
Just imagine all we'd be. I could give you everything, just let me be your. Just imagine all we'd be. I could give you everything, just let me be your. Just imagine all we'd be. I could give you everything.
And it's gonna give a little bit more oomph on that.
I could be your. I could be your.
I don't know, just a little bit better.
I could be your. I could be. I could be your. I could be your.
Okay. Oop. Up, 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 up. Up, 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 up.
Siren. I could be your.
Okay. Yeah, that's okay for now. The main thing that I wanted to do was that mains doubles. Actually, I think goes with the mains.
And the light leaves your heart rising. Baby, be cool. Approach me carefully. Avert your eyes. Don't let me see you as an enemy, or you'll be mine. Talking so nice and sweet, making you believe it's all a dream. No need to be.
So right here, I do want these to pan right and left. One of these days I'm gonna make all of us little big keychains. Please, that would be so cute. I would literally be like be your biggest fan if that's the case, dude. Please, 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 please. Of course, you will be compensated, but yes, please. That would be so cute.
No need to be
Frightened. The water's so nice, just jump in.
No need to be
Frightened. The water's so nice, just jump in.
I think in the
Siren.
I think in the
No need to be
The water's so nice, just jump.
I actually like this part. But I think I'm gonna do away with this part and just make it stereo.
when in reality. No need to be.
Yeah, right here.
No need to be. 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 No need to be.
With this, with what I'm doing is kind of like vocal mapping or whatever. I would encourage, like, if you don't have much experience with this, I would encourage you to do it with the context of the music for the most part. Like, put the music at a low volume and kind of like map out wherever your vocals you would want them to be. But since I kind of have an idea, a rough idea, I'm just kind of going off of like, my own imagery in my head that I have, sonically speaking. And I'm able to just kind of, do it without the music. So
No need to be.
let's see what it sounds like with the music real quick. Okay. Let's turn off the ad libs for now and the harms.
I'm calling you like a siren.
Okay. Mm-mm-mm. I want it more stereo, actually. Maybe brighten it up. So right here with the doubles, what doubles do is to thicken up vocals, but also emphasize some parts. And this is what I was trying to do. To where it's like I'm messing with the volume, I'm messing with the stereos. Um, and it's basically this. This is what I was trying to achieve.
Baby, be cool, approach me carefully, avert your eyes. Don't let me see you as an enemy, or you'll be mine. Talking so nice and sweet, making you believe it's all a dream.
It's like only in those parts you're gonna have like that emphasis on like what they're trying to say. And it's like it's a subtle thing. But in the grand scheme of things, it does add a lot more. So you won't hear it too much with the instrumental, but I'll go ahead and show you real quick what that would sound like without and with it. So this is going to be without it.
If you just let me, we'll descend. Let me bring all the pain to end.
This will be with.
If you just let me, we'll descend. Let me bring all the pain to end.
It just makes it just a tiny bit thicker. So that's at least how I use my vocal doubles, just for emphasis and just making that vocal just a tiny bit thicker.
It leaves my heart crying. Baby, be cool, approach me carefully, avert your eyes. Don't let me see you as an enemy, or you'll be mine. Talking so nice and sweet, making you believe it's all a dream. When in reality, I'm calling you like a...
I think I want this to be in stereo.
I'm calling you like a...
Actually, I think it would be cooler if I had this down here.
I'm calling you like a...
Yeah. And I think I'll see, this is where the creative mind starts going through. It's just like I don't like it here in mono. I want it in double, but we'll get to that later. That'll come with automation and whatnot. You can definitely hear the difference. Good, good. Yeah, there you go. At least then that's good. If you're able to tell the difference and hear the difference, I'm achieving my what I'm supposed to do. That's really good. Without, with, like immediately, it's a world of a difference. I would say it's something so small but pretty significant, I would say. So I think I'm happy with the doubles thus far. Let's move on to the harms and see where we want that with our mains.
Carefully avert your eyes. Don't let me see you as an enemy, or you'll be mine. Talking so nice and sweet, making you believe it's all a dream. When in reality, I'm calling you like a siren. Just imagine all we'd be. I could give you everything, just let me be your...
Okay. So what I want to do here, let's go ahead and make a little subtract for our harms 2. And another one for harm 1. Whenever I'm doing groupings, I put them all in like their little special compartments. Like harmonies. If I have harmonies, I'm not just gonna put them all out there. I'm gonna put harm 1s belong here, harm 2s belong here. Not only for organizational purposes, but also to compress them well enough. And I'll explain what exactly that is later. But let's go ahead and get a good blend of these harmonies first.
Just imagine all we'd be. I can give you everything. Just let me be your siren. If you just let me, we'll descend. I can bring all your pain to end. Let me be your. Just imagine all we'd be. I can give you everything. Just let me be your siren. Siren.
Mm. Put these up in this section.
Let me be your siren. If you just let me, we'll descend. I can bring all your pain to end. Let me be your. Let me be. Let me be your.
Why did I tune it like that? Give me 1 second. Here's a little Melodyne tutorial. I don't know why it's like that. That's crazy.
If you just let me, we'll descend. I can bring all your. Let me be your.
Is it in this one? Is it in my left ear? I think it is.
Let me be. Let me be your. Let me be your.
Yeah, I think so. I've got the wrong Melodyne on wrong part, I think. So if you didn't know already, this is what it looks like whenever you tune vocals.
Let me be your. Let me be. Let me be your.
That's where it was. That's weird.
Let me be your.
Oh, so it is the other one. Ugh. Going back and forth on this. I think it's this right here.
Me. Let me be your. Let me. Let me be.
Hmm.
Let me be your. Let me be your. Let me be your.
Yeah. Okay. Cool. I might have to do that later on if this is like that, but we'll see. Anyway, back to actually mixing.
Just imagine all we'd be. I can give you everything. Just let me be your siren. I could be your siren. Far from the shore. If you just let me, we'll descend. Let me bring all the pain to end. Let me be your siren. I love. If you just let me, we'll descend. Let me be your.
So the way I like to approach harms and mains is that like the mains take the vocals, like the main spot of it all, and I like to go ahead and have the harms just behind them.
Baby, be cool, approach me carefully, avert your eyes. Don't let me see you. Imagine all we'd be. I could give you everything, just let me be your siren. I could be your siren. Far from the shore. If you just let me, we'll descend. Let me bring all the pain to end. Let me be your siren.
Okay. Oh, Siren. Where's that one part?
Siren.
Okay, I don't hate that lo-fi. Not gonna lie. We'll come back to that later. Um, yeah, whenever you're doing anything, it just feels nice to just sort of flesh everything major out and then dive into the details of it all.
Baby, be cool, approach me carefully, avert your eyes. Don't let me see you as an enemy. Just imagine all we'd be. I could give you everything, just let me be your Siren. I could be your Siren. Far from the shore, if you just let me, we'll descend. Let me bring all the pain to end. Let me be your Siren. I'll moment we first met, but we're born to different waters. So I said, I gotta deny it. There's a hunger that leaves my heart crying. Baby, be cool, approach me carefully, avert your eyes. Don't let me see you as an enemy, or you'll be mine. Talking so nice and sweet, making you believe it's all a dream. When in reality, I'm calling you like a siren.
Oh, this is what we're missing. I felt like I was missing something. The triples and the doubles. Yay. Okay. Okay. Sorry. Oh, it's just in my mind. I was like, we're missing something. And also, I don't know if you've noticed, but in regards to like the doubles that are over here, that are emphasizing some phrases, I bumped up the width all the way to 63. I felt like I wanted a wider stereo sound for that vocal to be beefed up with. So I'm gonna leave the width to be a lot more wider. I think I like it.
Baby, be cool, approach me carefully, avert your eyes. Don't let me see you as an enemy, or you'll be mine.
Yeah. Okay.
Siren, frightened.
Now we're gonna balance these like triples with the main vocals.
The water's so nice, just jump in. Just imagine all we'd be. I could give you everything, just let me be your Siren. I could be your Siren. Far from the shore, if you just let me, we'll descend. Let me be your
I like that. Okay, let's see how that sounds with in context.
Siren. Let me be your Siren.
I like that. Cool. Yeah, the stereo doubles are important. I would like to say. Okay. I think we've have the mains and harms mapped out pretty well. Now we go into the ad libs of them all. Um,
Talking so nice.
okay.
Talking so nice and sweet, making you believe it's all a dream. When in reality, I'm calling you like a siren. Frightened. Jump in. I could be your siren.
Okay, for this part, for the ad libs, there are some parts that I plan to just overwhelmingly come with a different approach and like kind of almost drown them with reverb and delay. So I'm going to make separate tracks for that. Let's see. I think it was here when it starts going to.
Whoa.
Yeah, so stuff like right here where they're holding notes and stuff like that. I do plan to like drown them in reverb, essentially. And for more of like harmony melodic parts, like
Whoa.
like that one I'm gonna want like to be more direct and not as reverb. I want that to poke out in the mix. I want that's a really nice part to have more directly as well, with the vocals, then drowned out. So I'm gonna take this away. We're gonna put this as like verb. Cool. And then take this out as well.
Whoa. Whoa.
Okay, I think I have what I want figured out.
Talking so nice and sweet, making you believe it's all a dream. When in reality, I'm calling you like a siren. Frightened, jump in. Just imagine all we'd be. I could give you everything, just let me be your siren. I could be your siren. Far from the shore, if you just let me, we'll descend. Let me bring on. Frightened.
Where's that whoa whoa part? No shame in using reference Vox.
No need to be.
Okay.
Whoa.
Might have to make like a separate bus for this. That's what I'm thinking. Let's go ahead and do that. Again, you adapt. You have to adapt whenever you're doing this. At least for me. Because I'm still not like, I know exactly what I want to do for with vocals and stuff like that. I have an idea. Just about figuring out how to get there for the most part. Yeah. Had a feeling that was going to happen, but that's what I want. I want more volume to it. like that. Cool. Save progress just in case. Oh, ho, 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 ho. We're gonna leave the screams a little bit more towards the end of it all.
You a strange love.
Now here's the fun part. We're gonna put some delay and reverb to this song, and I guarantee it's gonna make a world of a difference in how the vocals sound. Turn this off first. We're gonna send all of these to vocal verb and delay. We're gonna start out with 100% of everything going in. Start out on an even playing field. Okay. And now we're gonna focus on what's going in as vocal verb and delay. So the philosophy behind this is basically like you want to treat the mix as in like you're in one room. You want to make everything as cohesive as possible. And that even goes with verb and delay. Um, so the way I kind of go about that is if that's the case, let's just go ahead and send, everything to one delay and one reverb so we can be as uniform as possible. Because if you were to put like delay on one track and a delay on another track, you might have uh, a little bit of unevenness with your timing. And with that unevenness, you're going to have like your delay go at two very different times and it's going to sound off. So the way I kind of remedy that is like, send everything to one delay so that it's one sound, if that makes sense. Same thing with the verb, especially with the verb. Uh, Oftentimes I'll uh put like the same reverb for like orchestral stuff and also and route the vocals into that same send as even in the instruments. But yeah, that's basically how I go about it. And go into this, use ping pong, and let's see what happens.
Above they lead me right to you. A strange love calling with a dangerous tune. Got it in, 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 got it in.
So I'm thinking, put tape, use tape delay. I put the wet knob basically all the way, cause I have the vocals already. I don't need any more vocals. So
The stars above they lead me right to you. A
listen
strange
the feedback.
love calling with a dangerous tune. Gotta deny it. There's a hunger in me, a desire I fight it. But the dream you invited, in the light it leaves your heart arise.
Okay, let's see how this sounds with the direct vocal.
Baby, be cool, approach me carefully, avert your eyes. Don't let me. The stars above, they lead me right to you. A strange love calling with a dangerous tune. Gotta deny it. There's a hunger in me, a desire I fight it. But the dream you invited, in the light it leaves your heart arising. Baby, be cool, approach me carefully, avert your eyes. Don't let me see you as an enemy, or you'll be mine. Talking so nice and sweet, making you believe it's all a dream, when in reality,
I love delay. Sounds so nice. So that's basically like where I would want the vocals so far.
The stars above, they lead me right to you. A strange love calling with a dangerous.
Because you don't want it to be like overbearing, like, hey, I have delay. You're trying to create an illusion, basically. So let's go to hear what the context is with the track so far.
The stars above, they lead me right to you. A strange love calling with a dangerous tune. Gotta deny it. There's a in me, a desire, I fight it. But the dream you invited, and the light leaves your heart rising. Baby, be cool, approach me carefully, and avert your eyes. Don't let me see you.
Pretty good so far. Now let's go ahead and add reverb. Nezumigi! Yeah, it's me! She's awesome. Thank you so much. Glad you came by and said hi. So right here I'm mixing verb. Usually I have always have verb on vocals. It's just a matter of like how much you want to put in. Now with delay in verb, it's more so with pieces like this, something that you want spacious, you want wide, you want mysterious type of deal. I usually go ahead and put delay behind and then a verb on top. Um, and then depending on what I'm going for and how much I want it, I'll put like a compressor in the back to get all those vocals, or a compressor in the front to get what I want stapled down. And yeah, pretty much.
I'm calling you like a
So nice. Okay, let's see how that seems with everything. I'm gonna just hang for a little bit. I've been feeling sick lately, but I hope you get productive with it. Thank you. But also, I hope you get better, man. I hope it's nothing too crazy. I hate it whenever I get sick. I feel like I'm always like half dead with it. So, definitely sending good vibes towards your way. But yeah, thank you for coming by anyway. I really do appreciate it. But yeah, we're getting pretty productive with it so far. Of course, vocal mixing is a big process, but we're making good strides right now. So yeah, hell yeah.
The water's so nice, just jump in. Just imagine all we'd be. I could give you everything. Just let me be your siren. I could be your siren. Far from. If you just let me, we'll descend. Let me bring all the pain to end.
Yeah, so right here I'm sending more ad libs into the verb and everything, just because I want it to really emphasize on that. Maybe not this part. So we'll go ahead and automate this towards like we don't need that. Not completely take that out.
Talking so nice and sweet, making you believe it's all a dream. When in reality,
See, and then here I'm gonna want more of these verbs for the ad libs verbed. Oh, I think I have. Yeah, I named it differently. Named it wrong. These are gonna be ad libs verbed, and this is gonna be regular ad libs, more direct. Um, I'm recovering a little bit, so I'm happy. But there is work that needs to be done, so I have pushed through as well. Yeah, I feel that. So, but yeah, no, I'm glad that you're recovering a little bit. It sucks that you got sick in the first place, but really glad to hear that, it's not too bad that you're able to still function and everything. So, hell yeah. Um, yeah. I'm wishing you luck. I'm wishing you a lot of luck. Um, yeah.
I'm coming like a
Mm, okay. So we have a conundrum. Okay, so this is all going to be sent to 8 and 9. I don't want 9 to be involved, which is good because it's not. So we'll go ahead and put ad lib vocal. Boom. Just need to make sure nothing is what I would want it to be. So we'll go ahead and put boom. Keep that right. Go back to where I would want everything to be. Cool. See what the context does with everything so far. Okay. Faster delay. Or maybe no delay. Let's see what happens. Trying to find a brighter type of verb. Kind of sounds nice. Yeah, I like that. Not too bad. If anything, I would probably want a little bit more in volume for the direct signal.
The stars above, they lead me right to you. A strange love calling with a dangerous tune. gotta deny it. There's a hunger in me, a desire, I fight it. But the dream you invited, and the light that leaves your heart rising. Baby, be cool, approach me carefully, avert your eyes. Don't let me see you as an enemy, or you'll be mine. Talk your heart rising. Baby, be cool, approach me carefully. Baby, be cool, approach me carefully, avert your eyes. Don't let me see you as an enemy, or you'll be mine. Talking inside that leaves your heart rising. You'll be mine. Talking so nice and sweet, making you believe it's all a dream. When in reality, I'm calling you like a. I'm calling you like a. As an enemy, or you'll be mine. Talking so nice and sweet, making you believe it's all a dream. When in reality, I'm calling you like a. Siren. Just imagine all we be. I can give you everything. Just let me be your Siren. I could be your Siren. If you just let me, we'll descend. Let me bring all the pain to end. Let me be your Siren. I love.
Okay.
Let me be your Siren. I loved you from the moment we found the stars above. They lead me right to you. A strange love, and the light that leaves your heart rising. There I fight it, but the dream you invited, and the light that leaves your heart rising. Baby, be cool, approach me carefully, avert your eyes. Don't let me see when in reality, I'm calling you like a dream. When in reality, I'm calling you like a.
Yeah, so right here, what I'm trying to do is kind of figure out how loud I want everything to be now, since I kind of figured out what kind of vocal delay slash reverb, how much I want, where do I want things to go. I'm kind of figuring out how much do I want certain vocals to be at in terms of volume for certain sections. Not quite, you know, automating up here just yet for like all vocals, but again, broad strokes, and once we do those broad strokes, we go down into the nitty gritty, into the details and stuff like that. But so far, I just want these harmonies to kind of emphasize, accentuate, complement the main vocal, and not just be like, hey, this is a harmony going along with it right now. I want it to be like, you wouldn't really think about it if no one points it out, if that makes sense.
Baby, be cool, approach me carefully.
Basically blend it into one
Don't let me see you as an
for the most part.
enemy, or you'll be mine. Talking so nice and sweet, making you believe it's all a dream. When in reality, I'm calling you like a siren. Jump in. Just imagine all we be. I can give you everything. Just let me be your Siren. I could be your Siren. Everything. Just let me be your Siren. I could be your Siren. Far from the shore. If you just let me, we'll descend. Let me bring all the pain to end. Let me be your Siren. I loved you from the moment we first crying. Baby, be cool, approach me carefully, avert your eyes. Don't let me see you as an enemy.
Same thing here.
Nice and sweet, making you believe it's all a dream. When in reality, I'm calling you like a siren. Let me see you as an enemy, or you'll be mine. Talking so nice and sweet, making you believe it's in me a desire. I fight it, but the dream I invited, and at night leaves my heart crying. Baby, be cool, approach me carefully, avert your eyes. Don't let me see you as an enemy, or you'll be mine. Talking so nice and sweet, making you believe it's all a dream. When in reality, I'm calling you like a siren. Frightened, jump in. Just imagine all we'd be. I can do everything, just let me be your siren. I could be your siren. Far from the shore, if you just let me wield the sun, I can bring all the pain to end. Let me be your.
Haha. Okay. So for the most part, I like how everything's mapped out. Now I would say the next step into everything. Actually, hold on. Before we do that, okay. So we're gonna duplicate this for now, and we're gonna take this out. Put this in the middle. We're gonna make this stereo, multiply it, chorus, all that good stuff. Just for now. Let's see what we can do. Because right now, like, I don't have that like all-encompassing type of like, everywhere in my ears and full. So I want to make it that and full and stereo. So this plugin's gonna help me do that, achieve that. But I also want it to be reverbed. So let's see. Not bad. Let's see how that sounds.
Let me be your.
Okay. What if we put it in the ad lib section? Okay, so that's not working out. I think what we can do is put this here. We can go ahead. Oh, go ahead and copy this, copy and paste this, and put it back to where it originally was. Whoa! That's loud. I didn't expect it to be that loud. That's kind of crazy. I think it's because of that. Cool. So we're gonna go ahead and lower this down for this section right here quite a bit. refer back to reference Fox. Okay. Let's see. Let's see. This is whenever we have to figure shit out. What can we do to make this better? Maybe for this part only, we can send the vocals to be verbed out. Lower the track volume itself, maybe. Okay. This is where we need to start automating stuff. Going Howard Benson vocals, and we're going to um increase the width of the stereo, and we'll find out just how much we're gonna like in a bit. Let's just do that. I see. I'm like, where's my reverb? Just not sending it through. It says I am, but I don't think I am. Well, it like I'm able to control the amount, but in the first place, nothing's being sent through. So I'll go ahead and just 200. Let's see what happens there.
This is where you wanna be. No better place to.
Whoa. Okay, I think I kind of like that. It's not too bad. Let's give it some context.
Everything just let me.
Not like that. I just want it for this section only, so let's see if we can just completely duck it out. Yeah. Okay. Should be right now.
I'm calling you like a siren. Frightened, jump in. Just imagine all we'd be. I can give you everything. Just let me be your siren. I could be your siren. Far from the shore, if you just let me wield the sun, I can bring all the pain to end. Let me be your.
Okay, Tencha. I love you too. Thank you. Have a great day.
This is where you wanna be.
Now to figure out what we did here to make it sound like this.
This is where you.
I think we just want to lower this.
This is where you wanna be. No better place to be except for in my arms. Now you're safe from harm. Don't you listen to the wannabes calling your name, cause they wanna steal my loving song. What I saved you from. Siren, where you wanna be. No for in my arms. Now you're. This is where you wanna be. No better place to be except for in my arms. This is where you wanna be. No better better place to be except for in my arms. Now you're safe from harm. Don't you listen to the wannabes calling your name. This is where you wanna be. No better place to be except for. This is where you wanna be. No better place to be except for in my arms. Now you're safe from harm. Don't you listen to the wannabes calling your name cause they want. This is where you wanna be. No better place to be except for. This is where you wanna be. No better place to be except for in my arms. Now you're safe from harm. Don't you listen to the wannabes calling your name cause they will
Wrong.
be except for
Wrong section.
in my arms. Now you're safe from harm. Don't you listen to the wannabes calling your name. This is where you wanna be. No better place to be except for in my arms. Now you're safe from harm. Don't you listen to the wannabes calling your name cause they wanna steal my loving song. What I saved you from. Siren, frightened. This is where you wanna be. No better place to be except for in my arms. Now you're safe from harm. Don't you listen to the wannabes calling your name cause they wanna steal my loving song. What I saved you from. Siren, frightened.
Sing it, May. Damn.
Just imagine all it'd be. I can give you everything. Just let me be your siren. I could be your siren.
Cool. Okay, I kind of like how that's arranged. So, next thing, bus processing. We get to mixing again. Actual mixing. Let's pick a part that has the most main vocals on it. Let's go look at that. I think it would be something like this right here.
Just imagine all we'd be. I could give you everything. Just let me be your siren.
Okay, so this is how I go about it. Every group that is here needs to be processed as a bus. Some more than others, of course. But like how I go about this is like, for example, we have this going on right here. Try to keep it as I guess clear as possible. So we're gonna go with a 2-to-1 ratio. Gonna play with the attack. I don't want a lot of attack to it. I like how that sounds with the release at 0.3 and then the attack at 0.1. I'm trying not to put too much. All I'm trying to do is really just try to bring the vocals glued together. Try to match the volume up here. Gosh dang it. Okay, so I like it like that. And we're gonna mix. And basically, what the mixing knob does, it just brings in like, or the compressor. I'm trying to get as much as I can squeezed out of the vocal. Um, and yeah, and I basically try to get the best of both worlds of what I actually hear already, and then what I do with the compressor, and just brings in the characteristics a little bit more at 30.5 percent of dry slash wet signal. So I have more dry signal than wet, but that's okay. It's a bus compressor. That's typically what happens. So I'm gonna put a little bit more saturation to it.
Siren,
I just want it a little bit more saturated. Where was it before? What this does is it's supposed to be like brings out more harmonics to it. Um, so there's that. Then we get Soothe 2, and how I use this is just like basically a de-esser, but for the bus. Um, I like how that does for me. And we're just gonna copy and paste. It's not gonna be exact. We're gonna mess with um um the compressor. We're gonna mess with the saturation of it all, and as well as Soothe too, because it's not always going to be the same. It's going to have similar results, but it's not going to be the same. Turn that off, and let's start over with this. Like that, like that, like that. Okay. Okay, just making sure I'm not crazy. Here we go. Here's a good part.
Just imagine all we'd be. I could give you everything, just let me be your siren. Just imagine all we'd be. I could give you everything, just let me be your
So it'll be like
siren.
from 1 to maybe 4 dB of gain reduction.
Just imagine all we'd be. I could give you everything, just let me be your siren. Just imagine all we'd be. I could give you everything, just let me be your. Just imagine all we'd be. I could give you everything, just let me be your. Just imagine all we'd be. I could give you everything, just let me be your. Just imagine all we'd be. I could give you everything, just let Just imagine all we'd be. I could give you everything, just let me be your Just imagine.
Ryoka. No, wrong account. To me, you're good. You're fine. What's up, man? How's it going?
Just imagine all we'd be. I could give you everything, just let me be your Just imagine all we'd be. I could give you everything, just let me be your Just imagine all we'd be. I could give you everything, just let me be your Just imagine all we'd be. I could give you everything, just let me be your Just imagine
Whoa. Okay.
all we'd be. I could give you every
Copy and paste again for more bus processing. Gonna turn this off for now. We're gonna mess again with the compressor settings.
everything, just let me be your Siren. Far from the Siren, I could be your Siren. Far from the shore, Siren, I could be your Siren. Far from the shore, Siren, I could be your Siren. Far from the shore, Siren, I could be your Siren. Far from the shore, Siren.
Trying to pick a part that actually still has doubles and stuff.
The stars above, they lead. Baby, be cool, approach me carefully, avert your eyes. Don't let me see you as an enemy, or you'll be mine. Talking so nice and sweet, making you believe it's all a dream. When in reality, I'm calling you like, baby, be cool, approach me carefully, avert your eyes. Don't let me see you as an enemy, or you'll be mine. Talking so nice and sweet, making you believe it's all a dream. When in reality, baby, be cool, approach me carefully, avert your eyes. Don't let me see you as an enemy, or you'll be mine. Talking so nice and sweet, making you believe it's all a dream. When in reality, baby, be cool, approach me carefully, avert your eyes.
So right there, I can hear the stereo of the doubles and stuff like that. That's a sweet spot right there. The attack, the release, I'm just kind of messing around and see what sounds better. I sometimes forget what they do. So but I know that the attack kind of like emphasizes the transience of it all. Uh so try to use less of that, and the release, it's kind of like how long it holds the sound till it releases it. Um so the other ones had a pretty fast release, but this one I'm putting it to like a little bit longer. Don't ask me why. I just kind of like how it sounds. But the goal was to try to get those stereos in as much as possible. And I have it at 39.9%. Nothing crazy.
Don't let me see you as an enemy, or you'll be mine. Talking so nice and sweet, making you believe it's all a dream. When in reality, baby, be cool, approach me carefully, avert your eyes. Don't let me see you as an enemy, or you'll be mine. Talking so nice and sweet, making you believe it's all a dream. When in reality, baby, be cool, approach me carefully, avert your eyes. Don't let me see you as an enemy, or you'll be mine. Talking so nice and sweet, making you believe it's all a dream. When in reality,
Baby, be cool, approach me carefully, avert your eyes.
A little more
Don't let me
saturation.
see you as an enemy, or you'll be mine. Talking so nice and sweet, making you believe it's all a dream, when in reality.
Okay. Another thing that I forgot to do that's super important is limiting. I also like to limit my buses. So let's go ahead and go all the way back. And we're just try to, catch the peaks of it all. That's what the bus limiting for me is for.
Siren, frightened, jump in.
I like that to be stapled down as much as possible. We have that. Do it on this one. Do it on the part that.
Just imagine all we'd be. I could give you everything, just let me be your siren. I could be your siren. Just imagine all we'd be. I could give you everything, just let me be your siren. I could be your siren.
I like it there. Then we go into the bus of it all, the mains. Okay, I'll try to find a place that has a little bit of everything.
Everything, just let me be your siren. But we're born to different waters. Siren, I could be your siren. Far from the shore, if you just let me, we'll descend. I can bring all the pain to siren. I could be your siren.
That's how it sounds with everything. Okay, so that's what we got so far with the mains. We're gonna do the exact same process with the harmonies. One group at a time. We're gonna make sure that we reset everything. We'll keep it there, but we'll turn it off. Turn this off too, but we'll reset it. Okay. What we want to figure out is what we want for compression.
I can give you everything, just let me be your siren. Siren. If you just let me, we'll descend.
So we have a 2-to-1 ratio again. Get it in between 0 to 4 dB of gain reduction. To me, the sweet spot is like either in the middle or like just right up here, but not like at 4. To me, that's just overkill a little bit, at least with this bus compressor.
If you just let me, we'll descend. I can bring all your pain to end. All we'd be, I can give you everything, just let me be your siren. Siren, descend. I can bring all your pain to end.
So I'm giving it a little bit more attack, only because I feel like it needs a little bit more intensity from it. And then in the release, I feel like it's nice with a faster release than the attack so far. I don't know. That's just me. Um, yeah. That at least that's what I'm seeing or hearing for me.
Always be. I can give you everything, just let me be your siren. Siren.
Match the volume. Now mix it.
If you just let me, we'll descend. I can bring all your pain to end.
I like it at 35 with the wet knob. Again, the approach is try to squeeze all the characteristics you can from this um one part. Give me 1 second. I just realized that I didn't do the same thing for the Harmony 2 that I did for Harmony 1. Because I'm gonna process them differently. And I don't want these to be left behind, and it's gonna throw the mix off just a little bit. Okay. Back right there. All right, cool. Okay, and then we're gonna saturate this.
Siren. If you just let me, we'll descend. I can bring all your pain to end. Let me be your everything, just let me be your siren.
Volume match it. I just want to just distort it just a little bit. Bring a nice harmonic out from it. See what we can do with soothe.
Just let me
Trying to see where I want to. Okay, that's where it's gonna get that the S of it all.
If you just let me, we'll descend. I can bring all your pain to end. Let me be your everything, just let me be your siren. Siren.
Just trimming off the peak there and bringing it back just a tiny bit. We're going to do the exact same thing with Harm 2. Again, it's copy and paste, copy and paste. I'll show you some EQ tricks that I in a bit though.
Everything just
Turn all these off. Start from scratch. And start from scratch. Actually, no, don't do that. Okay.
just let me be your just imagine all we'd be. I can give you everything, just let me be your. Just imagine all we'd be. I can give you everything, just let me be your. Just imagine all we'd be. I can give you everything, just let me be your. Just imagine all we'd be. I can give you everything, just let me be your. Just imagine all we'd be. I can give you everything, just let me be your. Just imagine all we'd be. I can give you everything, just let me be your. Just imagine all we'd be. I can give you everything, just let me be your. Just imagine all we'd be.
Okay, so right here, a little bit more attack, a little bit less release. You'll see that like once like I take this off, it's a little the original without the compressor is a little louder. Actually, no. Hold on, let me see something.
I can give you everything. everything, just let me be your. Just imagine all we'd be. I can give you
I don't know where I was going with that, but follow with me. Follow the process. Trust the process.
everything.
So
Just let me be your. Just imagine all we'd be. I can give you everything. Just let me be your. Just imagine all we'd be.
again, sweet spot 35 to 36. I like that.
I can give you everything.
Saturated.
Just let me be your. Just imagine all we'd be. I can give you everything. Just let me be your. Just imagine all we'd be. I can give you everything. Just let me be your. Just imagine all we'd be. I can give you everything. Just let me be your. Just imagine all we'd be. I can give you everything. Just let me
Introduce those harmonics.
be your. Just imagine all we'd be.
Yep, that's exactly how I want it.
Just imagine
Hit the
all we'd
peaks.
be. I can give you everything. Just let me be your. Just imagine all we'd be. I can give you everything. Just let me be your. Just imagine all we'd be. I can give you everything. Just let me be your. Just imagine all we'd be. I can give you
Bring it back a
everything.
little
Just
bit.
let me be your.
And we're going to do the exact same thing, which is even more important here, that we do all these processings, because with the harmonies, we want to make sure that we have them nice and blended, but like get everything out of them if possible. So this, and the key to this is compression. Compression, saturation, limiting, all that good stuff. To me, that is the way that it, like, you're just not going to be able to hear everything and staple everything down without a compressor.
Just imagine all we'd be. I can give you everything. Just let me be your. Just imagine all we'd be. I can give you everything. Just let me be your. Just imagine all we'd be. I can give you everything. Just let me be your.
And this one, I'm going to try a 4-to-1 ratio.
Just imagine all we'd be. I can give you everything. Just let me be your. Just imagine all we'd be.
Yeah, so like the 4-to-1, it's going to be able, like, I felt the stereo being real there. So I really liked how that sounded. So we're going to go with that.
I can give you everything. Just
Volume
let
match
me
it.
be your. Just imagine all we'd be. I can give you everything. Just let me be your. Just imagine all we'd be. I can give you everything. Just let me be your. Just
Mix it.
imagine all we'd be. I can give you everything. Just let me be your. Just imagine all we'd be. I can give you.
So I kind of wanted more out of these harmonies to really be like really present and really blended. So you're gonna be a little, I'm gonna be a little bit more lenient with how much wet signal there is from the compressor. Uh, Obviously, if the other ones were at like 30, 35, maybe 36. This one's all the way at 70.8. That just sounds best to me personally. Starting to think compression is important. Compression is king. This is exactly what you want to do, uh, literally for any sort of vocal processing, or even just music in general, or at least like for me, rock music. Like it's king. You can't go wrong with it. You need it. If you don't have it, your stuff is not going to be as, you know, as there as you need it to be. So add some more saturation.
Everything, just let me be your. Just imagine all we'd be. I can give you everything. Just let me be your. Just imagine all we'd be. I can give you everything.
So the subharmonics, the saturation, between these two, this is more of like low mids. This is higher mids, and it's gonna put more emphasis on that. So I like the way this brightened everything up just a little bit. So I'm gonna leave it here.
Everything, just let me be your. Just imagine all we'd be. I can give you everything. Just let me be your. Just imagine all we'd be. I can give you everything. Just let me be your. Just imagine all we'd be. I can give you everything, just let me be your. Just imagine all we'd be. I can give you everything, just let me be your.
Yeah. Put soothe on that. Get rid of the
Be your.
catch
Just
the
imagine
peaks.
all we'd be. I can give you everything, just let me be your. Just imagine all we'd be. I can give you everything, just let me be your. Just imagine all we'd be. I can give you everything, just let me be your.
See how that sounds now? So I don't know if you could hear that, but at that point I had to back down the harms and harm 2 just a little bit. But that's the power of compression. That like it really brings everything out from there. Um, but now everything sounds more stable and you can actually hear what's going on a lot more. Cool. Sounds really good. Never realized how much work goes into this kind of art. Yeah, yeah. It's in a perfect world, all musicians have to do is just record and everything. But because of technology, it doesn't sound quite as what we hear. Uh, and it introduces a whole lot of other discrepancies. Um, so and we kind of figured that out. So we made the technology to take away those discrepancies, but we wanted to introduce the best of what we hear. So we do that. So this is all it is. That's really what it is. It's introducing, taking away all of this. Yeah, it's a process. And I'm almost speed running this, really. Cuz this really truly takes days, months, sometimes years. And I'm not just talking about like um one song albums. That usually takes a long time. So, but yeah, it's a lot of work. It's a lot of listening, and sometimes you even get fatigued from it, and you have to take days off to gain your sensibility back with all of that. But yeah, this is what goes into it. Okay, let's do the same thing. Mhm. I hate you. I hate that blue box, man. Okay. I'm gonna mute these so I can actually hear the direct signal of it all. Cool. I like that. Yeah, right here, what I was doing, I was just messing around with like what kind of saturation I want. They all have different sounds, and I was clicking. I still don't know really what they do. I just know about this one, but I still don't know what exactly they do. I just started clicking around, see what sounds better. Because I knew I wanted a different kind of like characteristic to this for the subharmonic, and I liked it. I liked what heard. So yeah, I like that. I don't need that.
The stars above, they lead me right to you. A strange love calling with a dangerous tune. Gotta deny it, there's a hunger in me, a desire. Right. Whoa.
I thought I could get away with just slapping on these, but I don't think I can. Okay, let's figure this out. Okay, okay, okay. See, it was already too much for the 2-to-1 ratio, so I'm going to go back to a 4-1, which is fine because these ad-libs are doing completely different things. Let's volume match it. I like that. $74.9. Leave that as is. I like that. Or see how it volume matches. That's fine. Bring back a little bit. That's cool. Gotta get some things done before work tomorrow, but I enjoy the stream, mother. Thank you, Benjamin. I appreciate you coming by and sticking around. I really do appreciate it. Hopefully you got something from this. If not, that's fine. I hope you at least just enjoyed it, enjoyed your time here. But yeah, I really do appreciate you coming by. Thank you so much. You have a great day. Have a productive day. Enjoy the rest of your day. Thank you so much. Bye-bye.
Just let me be your siren. I could be your siren. Far from the shore. If you just let me, we'll descend. Let me bring all the pain to end. Let me be your siren. I loved you from the moment we first met, but we're born to different waters. So I said, I gotta deny it. There's a hunger in me, a desire, I fight it. But the dream I invited, and at night leaves my heart crying. Baby, be cool, approach me carefully, avert your eyes. Don't let me see you as an enemy or you.
Okay. I think we can move on to the screams, which this one will take a little bit more vocal processing. Not gonna lie. Yeah. Okay. Want to do that? This is what we have.
Siren! Ow! Siren! Ow! Ow!
Insane.
Siren!
Ugh. God damn. Anyway, now for this, it's the same approach, but completely different plugins. So for example, like compressing, it's going to be my gain reduction deluxe, or not mine, but Joey Sturgis.
Siren!
Like immediately just fucking brings it to your face. And with that, we're going to go ahead and volume it to the actual track.
Let me be your siren!
Stretch this out a little bit. Yeah, make it more uniform. Get out of the way. Try and do something here.
Siren!
Okay. A little bit of timing vocals. Not being too bad.
Siren!
Gnarly. Kentucky Fried Chicken gnarly. Okay. So we kind of like leveled it out to where we would want to be. But let's go ahead and EQ it and make it sound crisp.
Siren! Ow! 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 Siren!
So right here, the reasons why I made these moves was that I felt like there was some like resonances that I didn't like, so went ahead and scooped them out just a tiny bit. Obviously, brightened up the vocal, went ahead and went with it, and but I wanted to beef it up just a little bit more. So I kept in like 60 to 75 hertz, and bumped that up just a little bit, and then high filter pass. Nothing too crazy. So, and then we're going to go ahead and give it some saturation. Not that one. I like how that one sounds. Okay, and then from there, we're going to go ahead and what else is there? I forget. Because there's the multiplier and the width, but I'm not sure if I want to do that just yet. So I guess limiting is the next part. Since it's like only like one scream, I'm gonna put like the stereo over here. Okay. This with that, this with that, this with that. And this is where it gets fun whenever I work on uh scream vocals. I like to beef them up with crazy fucking sounds. So for example, I'm gonna put extreme. The creature. What does that sound like? Nothing good. So let's go ahead and see what this does. Lower octave. Basically trying to find like what sounds like a fucking monster. What about Haas? See how that sounds with context? Okay, and then from there, let's go ahead and see what we can do about putting it into a fervent vocal delay. Maybe not have anything in this part. Or have something here. Just dropped off. Oh, that sounded cool. That's pretty dope. Same thing here. Maybe a decay almost. Maybe not necessarily the vocal and verb delay, but maybe in this ad lib vocal and verb delay. See what happens. That's not correct. Let's move everything down. I think it needs to be done a little bit more. Yeah, there we go.
Siren!
No, that's fine. Nothing too crazy. I'm thinking maybe like a reverse coming into it. This is when we start getting to producer brain right here. It's a little too much. We'll come back to this later. I'm probably thinking of like I want it to be a reverb type of deal. Well, I guess we could try to do that right now. So, okay. This is how I would go about it. Reverse this. I haven't done this before, but I would assume this is what you would do. Um, delay. Whoa, I'm so sorry that hurt my ears. I hope it didn't hurt yours. And then, but like, that's not working out. So let's just do that another time. I'm gonna get it. Just not right now. Getting kind of tired. Mm. Where is this at? One. Jeez.
This is where you want.
Mm-hmm. Let's cut it all off there. what we could do, I heard like a good vocal throw. So let's go ahead and so be a like a delay throw. Delay throwaway track. A delay on here. Then we're gonna do ping pong. Then we're gonna do all that. Lower it down. Good enough. And we're only gonna do this part, this one part. Feedback. A little bit more. That's cool. That's high. That high reel's nasty. Yeah, dude. I told her that because it wasn't only this that I had working on her vocals just a little bit. Like I did it for fun for I forgot what it was, but I just wanted to see what I can do with her vocals because she was kind of feeling like my screams aren't that good enough. I was like, what? And so sure enough, like I go into it and like her screams are like really fucking cool. And especially that high nasty. I told her I was like, your highs are particularly like insane, not gonna lie. I'm trying to let's compress this. I think this needs a compressor so I can hear like the delay. Ow, 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 like pretty well. Just use a whatever a compressor. Maybe something like that. Not quite there. Maybe I just need to really hunker down on this. Hard compression. Infinity ratio. Yeah. Let's try that. Maybe a different delay. Different kind of delay is needed. What would a dual delay do? Yeah, that's true. Sound really good. Yeah, she sounds ridiculous. I personally love her vocals, especially her screams. Uh-oh. Ignore that. Let's try kilohertz delay. Let's see how that goes. Whoa, 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 whoa. Ping pong. That's a little bit better. Tone, duck, bounce. Yes. Okay. Let's see how this goes. Let's put it in under a compressor. Just trying to be real dramatic with that effect. Nice. I like that.
before. In my arms, now you're safe from harm. Don't you listen to the wannabes calling your name 'cause they wanna steal my loving song. What I saved you from.
Yeah. There's still little things here and there. Like I think like let's see. That you don't need to be. It gets drowned out just a little bit. Where is that at? Right here. I think I'm gonna bring this up here if that's okay. Yeah, I think I'm gonna do that. But we're gonna make sure that we bring this down low. Okay, so this plugin has a hit and miss with the lo-fi. I need that lo-fi to be a little bit more brighter, so we're gonna go ahead and go into this little EQ that I like using for lo-fi. This little thing. I think it was like over here. Okay, so whenever this happens, I'm not getting that bright enough EQ. I go into this one and I start looking at their presets that they have here. I like some of the effects that they're able to put out. I think it was speakerphone that I liked.
The water's so nice, just.
It's a little too on the nose. I don't know. Let's see.
The water's so nice, just. No need to be. The water's so nice. The water's so nice, just.
See what happens with this.
No need to be. The water's so nice, just. No need to be. Just imagine all we'd be. I could give you everything. Just let me be your Siren. I could be your Siren. Far from the shore. If you just let me, we'll descend. Let me bring all the pain to end. Let me be your Siren.
That one we're gonna go ahead and automate to where it's not so in your face.
Let me be your Siren.
I liked that, but I want a little bit of delay. So let's, I guess, go ahead and emphasize on the delay of it all. Uh, Ping pong, 1/4. Let's see what this does.
No need to be. The water's so nice, just.
Hmm.
Siren. The water's so nice, just. The water's so nice, just. No need to be. The water's so nice, just. The water's so nice, just. The water's so nice, just.
So what I'm trying to do is just basically have that delay right after the vocal is saying it. And the good thing about this plugin is that it has that little duck feature to where if they're still talking, it's going to completely take out that delay if you got it cranked like I do. Not until after that vocal is done talking. So you'll see here,
No need to be.
it gets emphasized
The
after.
water's so nice, just.
Versus with this,
Water's so nice, just.
it's gonna keep delaying and it's not gonna put it as a priority. So I'm gonna crank it up to this because that's exactly basically what I want. So let's see what happens.
Just imagine all we'd be. I could give you everything. Just let me be your Siren. I could be your Siren. Far from the shore. If you just let me, we'll descend. Let me bring all the pain to end. Let me be your
Okay,
Siren.
now we've got a problem. It's doing too much. Yeah.
Let me be your
Oh, no. That wasn't the problem. It was the ducking.
I love
Ew.
I loved you.
Cyrus, yeah, yeah. This is where it gets a little tricky because it's just like I don't want to. Especially since like not tricky, but like tedious. Especially since I've been doing this like pretty much all day already. I'm getting kind of tired, but yeah, that's mixing vocals, I guess. Though.
Just imagine all we'd be. I could give you just imagine all we'd be. I could give you everything. Just let me be your Siren. I could be your Siren. Far from the shore. If you just let me, we'll descend. Let me bring all the pain to end. Let me be your I love.
I think that was it. Cool, nice. What about here?
I'm calling you like a
Yeah, we're gonna take this off.
like a
right here. Forgot to put this. Cool. That's I think I'm not entirely sure. I could think differently in about a few days or so. But I like the delay on this. On this part specifically. Right? Isn't that cool? Nice reverb at the end. I like that. Save it before I crash out. Before it crashes and I crash out because it didn't save anything. 1 second. Okay. So last but not least, to kind of put the cherry on top of things on this entire mix is the bus processing for here. For the entire vocal mix. I'm gonna put this at a 4:1 ratio. We're gonna also put light tape saturation. It's literally just rinse and repeat at this point. Whenever it comes to like, vocal processing, at least for me. Put a limiter. Turn that off. And let's pick a part that has the most vocals on it. Perfect. Since it's like the very end and it has all the vocals, I'm not gonna try to like crush it down too much on here. So I'm gonna have it right here, which is maybe 1 decibel of gain reduction.
Siren.
could be your siren, far from the shore. Siren, I could be your siren, far from the shore. Siren, I could be your.
And those S's. So instead of a de-esser, again, I use Soothe 2. I think it works pretty good as a de-esser by itself. And I'm not doing anything crazy. Flat start, got a 0 depth, and I picked the frequency that builds up.
Far from the shore, siren, I could be your siren. Far from the shore, siren,
And I think that does it pretty well right there.
I could be your siren. Far from the shore, siren,
The goal for this, the limiter,
could be your
is catch those peaks like that. That anything that's poking out.
far from the shore, siren, I could be your siren. Far from the shore, if you just let me, will descend. Let me bring all the pain to end. Let me be your siren. I loved you from the moment we first met, but we're born to different waters. So I said, I gotta deny it. There's a hunger in me. The stars above, they lead me right to you. A strange love calling with a dangerous tune. Gotta deny
I feel like this needs to be lowered down in volume. So I'm gonna automate it.
And the light leaves your heart rising. Baby, be cool, approach me carefully, avert your eyes. The stars above, they lead me right. The stars above, they lead me right to you. A strange love calling with a dangerous tune. Gotta deny it, there's a hunger in me. They lead me right to you. A strange love calling with you. A strange love calling with a dangerous tune. Gotta deny it, there's a hunger in me, a desire, I fight it. But the dream you invited, and the light leaves your heart rising. Baby, be cool, approach me carefully, avert your eyes. Don't let me see you as an enemy, or you'll be mine. Talking so nice and sweet, making you believe. Baby, be cool, approach me carefully, avert your eyes. Don't let me see you as an enemy, or you'll be mine. Talking so nice and sweet, making you believe it's all a dream. When in reality, I'm calling you like a siren. Frightened, jump in. Just imagine all we'd be. I could give. Baby, be cool, approach me carefully, avert your eyes. Don't let me see you as an enemy. The stars above, the stars.
That dang automating point. There's like 2 of them and it's bothering me. Okay, got it. So in this part, I felt that the harmonies were like way too loud. So I essentially ducked them. So that's not gonna bother us anymore. Try to see if we can keep the same volume for verse 2.
Imagine all we'd do you from the moment we first. I loved you from the moment we first met. When we're born, I loved you from
Do I have the instrumental just absolutely cut off? If not, I'm going to. Yeah. Right here. That needs to be like completely dead silent. So last but not least, what I like to do is sidechain. You're not sidechaining, do it. It makes everything so much easier. So much easier. Go ahead and put that there. And usually this kind of controls like the white part doesn't affect it. Like it's basically like an EQ spectrum. Um, so whatever white, it's not going to affect your vocals. Well, sidechaining is all it is that it's basically kind of cheat coding and taking out the frequencies uh that whatever sound you're sidechaining it to. So for example, like my vocals are going to be sidechained into the instrumental, post fader specifically. The sirens, oh, really hit the spot, dude. That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. I'm telling you. It's ear candy. It really is. Anyway, yeah, with track spacer, you sidechain it into the instrumental, and it just kind of like eats up the frequencies that would be in the way of the vocal, and it makes space for that vocal. Anything white is going to be negated, basically meaning like the black part. Let's just go ahead and talk about the black part. The black part is what the vocals will be eating up uh in those frequencies. It will be making a space within that instrumental along these lines. Like for example, if I do it right here, this will be like 3 kilohertz, and this is in between 203 hertz. Between here and there, that's where the vocals are going to be sitting at, and that's where the space in the instrumental will be carved out for those vocals. Um, this is just an example, just for explanation. Um, and the ratio, you get to control how much you want of that instrumental to be ducked out to make space for the vocals. So I'll go ahead and demonstrate that right now and how I would approach this. So instrumental post fader. Okay. Let's go for like a chorus. Okay, I'm guessing it's not really working for buses for right now, so I'm gonna go ahead and just sidechain it into this specific Siren Mix 3. Where is that at? Because it usually just kind of shows a spectrum. 5. Siren Mix 3. Post fader. Interesting, it's not showing up. Hmm. Okay, here we go. This is what you're supposed to see. What I also like to do, I forget to do this. Put it before everything.
we'd be. I could give you everything, just let me be your siren.
Don't need any of this.
I could be your siren. Far from the shore, if you just let me, we'll descend. Let me bring all the pain to end.
So we got 30 hertz.
Let me be your siren.
But since it's more of a mid-range, we're gonna see where exactly the vocals lie.
Gotta deny it. There's all a dream. When in reality, I'm calling you like a siren.
So from 300 to like maybe 304 kilohertz.
Just imagine all we'd be. I could give you everything, just let me be your
My computer, my poor computer. Oh my lord.
If you just let me, we'll descend. Let me bring all the pain to end.
As you can tell, it uses quite a good amount of CPU. And that's because I have track spacers galore already. So let's go ahead and take these out. We don't need these anymore. Rip RAM, yeah. It's crazy. I'm being nerfed in real time. I'll have to turn that on. Okay. Do we have anything else in here? No. Good. Okay.
In reality, I'm calling you like a siren.
Man, I hate it here.
Just imagine all we'd be. I could give you everything.
Well, what it's supposed to happen is that it makes the vocals sit a little bit better whenever you start using this. I kind of don't want to end the stream like that because that kind of sucks. Not really being able to hear it. Here, let's see what happens. Well, you can set your setting to your OBS though. Change the FPS from 60 to 30. It's not necessary. Here, let's try that. I wonder if I can try that right now. Settings, stream. Where's it? Video. Oh, it's fixed. Okay, I'll go ahead and do it another time. That probably is what it is though, because it is at 60 frames per second. But I can't. Yeah, I can't change it right now, unfortunately. But I'll go ahead and keep that in mind. Thank you for the tip for next time. No, I don't want to save changes. Okay. But yeah, I'm definitely gonna try that next time because, oof. Let's see. Let's hopefully it takes it right here.
The stars above, they lead me right to you. A strange love calling with a dangerous tune. Gotta deny it. There's a hunger in me, a desire, I fight it. But the dream you invited, and the light that leaves your heart rising. Baby, be cool, approach me carefully. Avert your eyes.
There we go. It's going. It's going.
As an enemy, or you'll be mine. Talking so
Uh-oh.
from the
You don't
moment
want to do that.
I loved you from the moment we first met. We were born to different waters, so I said I gotta deny it. There's a hunger in me, a desire, I fight it. Am I invited? And if night leaves my horizon, baby, cool, approach me carefully, avert your eyes. Don't let me see you as an enemy, or you'll be mine. Tell me so nice and sweet, making me believe it's all a
Give it a break. Give it a break. I tried doing a listen through, but I felt like that was picking out just a little bit. Ah, I messed it up. Let's see. No, it's not gonna work. I'm not trying to. Oh my gosh. Okay, hold on. Yeah, I'm just gonna have to do this another time, unfortunately. I'll probably render out an audio so that I could post it on Twitter just to see how we did. And of course I'm gonna probably ask or ask May if that's okay with her. Because I wanted to go ahead and show what it would be like with the master chain, because it is different, because you're already like compressing everything here and everything there, but it's not compressed as a whole together. Not to mention there's more frequencies that I'm introducing here, the tape saturation, with the infinity EQ as well. Like you've got widening and a little bit of ducking in the middle, stuff like that. So I'm gonna ask her if that's okay, just to kind of show like the final product, a little bit of what we did today. Not gonna be final, all in all, but final so far. Uh, just in one day, what we can do with everything. So yeah, I think I'm gonna end it here. I'm getting tired. I've been at it for how long? 4 hours now. So rip CPU and RAM. Fuck this shit. God damn it. But it is what it is. But I'm surprised we even got so far with everything, because like, I mean, honestly, out of everything that I do in regards to processing and just sheer plugins, I've got like 4 or 5 for almost every single track. Yeah, put bus processing here too. I forgot to do that. But yeah, I'm proud. I'm proud of my computer so far for being able to do all of this. But anyway, let me go ahead and close everything up, save my progress, and bid you adieu. Close that, close that, close that, close that, close that, close that, save. So look forward to maybe having a video afterwards and posting on Twitter, maybe on YouTube, have like a sneak peek or whatever. Um, and yeah, thank you for coming. Thanks to everyone that came, stuck around a little bit and everything. Greatly, greatly appreciate it. And I hope everyone, even you, Ryoka, have a wonderful rest of your day slash night or evening, afternoon, whatever. I don't know. Have a good one. See ya.